Rise and shine, wild ones. It's Bernadette. I am here with your Pick a Card Daily Tarot reading for Sunday, October 18th. Oh, y'all, here comes the sun. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun. And I say, it's all right. Because it is. And it is Sunday. The ruling planet is the sun. Thank goodness this card has shown up today, y'all. The Lion card, the Strength card, because this week was crazy heavy energies. And I was about tired of that nonsense. It had to go. Of course, I'm going to tell y'all whatever messages are told for me to tell you, no matter what they mean to me. It's always my hope that I'm a clear channel, but dang almighty this past week. Now, what's interesting is the Lion card, the Strength card, has come out. That's another major Arcana card that's come through this week. So that tells me that y'all that are watching these daily readings, even if today is your first day, you have embarked on a hero's journey, and you are in the middle of your hero's journey. You know, maybe if you've never heard of the hero's journey, look it up, Joseph Campbell. Even if you haven't heard of it, it might be time for you to read a little bit more about it, because there is something big that's going on in your life. There is some kind of path that you are following, some kind of calling that you're following, and I love it. I just love it for you, because especially on a Sunday, that the ruling planet is the sun, and then the ultimate solar symbol comes out, which is the lion, the golden oracle, so to speak. That's a very big deal. And today's chakra is, of course, the crown chakra right up here at the top. And I can't even imagine all the gold and energy that's just flowing out of you and into you. It must be quite something. So, Sundays are very sacred days in a lot of ways. And sacred doesn't always mean reverence like, om or praying in church or whatever. Reverence and sacredness can be busted up at a barbecue watching football, or, some friend's house doing a puzzle, or, me, I'm fixing a mosaic later today. I'm going to glue beautiful glass tiles anywhere I can glue them. And that's going to be sacred for me today. But the Strength card, when you are talking about the hero's journey, the Strength card signifies your very first success in whatever journey that is that you're on. So whatever obstacles you've had, whatever's been standing in your way, man, you just power over it. But now let's talk about that word power. When you take a look at the traditional Rider-Waite card for Strength, and I read from my own award-winning Animal Tarot and Oracle deck, which is based on Rider-Waite. And then, of course, the animals are, they accompany, or I should say the Rider-Waite cards accompany the animals' medicine and energy, and they just weave together to make these super crazy, powerful, way insightful, in-depth readings and healings. When you look at the traditional Rider-Waite card for Strength, it's not my favorite card. It's one of my favorite cards, but the picture in it the artwork just kind of skeeves me out, because man, it just looks like that poor lady is either, well, for those of you that have cats, it looks like she's trying to pill that old boy. And if you've ever tried to pill a cat, oh Lord, the only thing that's not there are the claws out this far on their murder mitts. Or it looks like she might be trying to overpower him, and he might be choking a little bit. Neither of those are true. But the artwork could very well say that, and that's not what this card says at all. This card is about balanced power. It's about mind over matter, and it's about strength of character. It's about everything making sense, and all of a sudden showing up and you going, oh, got it. Okay, so let's talk about the love wins portion of this card. And what that is when it's mind over matter, you can have dominion over yourself and over your surroundings by just focusing on what's going to be the most loving, selfless thing that I can do at this moment. And it can take a lot of strength to do things that are selfless, because you may not make out in the end. But does that serve the bigger picture? So if you notice over the maiden's head, it's the infinity symbol. And that's the divine, that's the divine symbol for eternity and power and strength. And it's a reminder that this card was actually formerly associated with Libra. And so the maiden herself represents not only spiritual power, but balance in that spiritual power as well. And let me tell you what I mean by that. It means that the cosmos hasn't yet pummeled you into submission. This life can get tough, and we're in a really tough time. We've got the corona thing going on, we've got a pandemic thing going on, and then there is, of course, looming the day that shall not be mentioned in November. And please don't turn this into a Politico thread. I'll block you. I will. I won't even tell you. You'll simply get blocked from my channel. Bernadette does not discuss politics, but there is no doubt that the emotional um, wow, holy cow, the triggers that are going off. It's like listening to fireworks go off, on 4th of July. It's here and there. So you don't have to buy into that. This strength card, you don't have to buy into anything. You are entering a time in your life when you look at that chain of connected red roses around the maiden's waist. It's a harmony of desires. Your higher self is calling you right now in this divine moment, to have the awareness that will enable you to shape your destiny. And I'm not emotionally triggered by anything that's going on right now because I don't want to be. It doesn't mean I'm not aware of what's going on. I'm very aware of what's going on. I don't live in a vacuum, and I don't choose to live in a vacuum. I choose to make myself find the truth. Whatever that means at that moment. Tomorrow, when we know better, we do better, right? But you can live whatever life you want to live. And you've got the strength of the lion behind you. You've got the strength of the cosmos behind you. It's powerful. It's balanced. You've got all of the influence, the garland on the crown. It shows that this is a life-giving force, that this is natural. And, in alchemy, a red lion says the forces of nature are under perfect control. And that's why this cat has got its tail tucked in. But that the cat doesn't have its tail tucked in, again, because it's in submission. It doesn't have anything to do with that. It has to do with the maiden is not restricting the shape, but the lion itself is actually positioning itself, if that makes sense. In heraldry, especially in the Celtic cultures, those kind of cultures, lions are all about strength and symbolizing majesty. It is all about standing tall and embracing your destiny and becoming a master in the process. And sometimes you might have to tuck your tail up under, but that may not mean that you're tucking your tail to run. It means that who's more nervous in a room full of rocking chairs, a cat or a human? It's probably going to be a cat, because there's every possibility that cat's going to get its tail, rocked on. And so that cat may be tucking that tail because it's smarter than the rest of us who aren't looking behind us or forward to see if we're, to be aware of our surroundings. Or are we going to be, rocking over that poor cat's tail? So realize that as you're going through, that shows of strength can be about lots of things. And it doesn't have to be a raw kind of thing. It can be a very simple choice to zig when others are zagging. And sometimes, I can't tell you how many times I've gotten a prime parking spot, because I'm watching this string of cars do this, and I'm like, I'm not sitting in, hell no, I'm not sitting in all this. And I'll zippity dip around the other way, and yes, it'd take me one trip around the block, but I'm clocking that red truck that was still over there, and he's still sitting there, and I'm already halfway in Publix, right? So it can be something as simple as that, but in the Florida heat, you want to be parked in halfway in Publix before everybody else, believe me when I tell you. Okay, so when you take a look at what the upright strength card might mean, it is about accepting your animal nature, your truest instincts, your truest desires. And animal natures, I want to go back to the cat's tail for a minute, because I know I'm going to get emails about it. Yes, is tucking your tail up under you a gesture of submission, showing that you're already tame? Yes. But instead of, if you take a look at it, instead of forcing the lion's mouth open or closed, the maiden is just really kind of adjusting the pose. It's like a great work that requires more than raw talent, a vision, a patience, a control. but that's not a mean control or an ill-intentioned control. And again, pardon me, the cat tucking its tail up under its legs. Yes, I'm drinking from my all month long. I drink from and eat from all my Halloween wear. Yes, I do. Pardon me, you guys. It sometimes can be a good time, a good thing to go into a submissive pose. That doesn't mean you are submissive. It just means for that moment, it might be a good thing for you to tuck your tail up under yourself for a little while so those rocking chairs don't rock all over your tail. I'm going to move on. I hope you get it. But honestly, y'all, when I teach tarot classes, it is one of the most asked questions is about this card. It's just one of the most asked questions. So again, when you want to talk about your animal instincts, y'all, those are necessary for self-preservation. Now, it might seem that we live in a world today where what you don't have to have animal instincts anymore. You don't really have to have self-preservation anymore. Really? You don't? Because how many weeks did it take for people to go buck wild and start hoarding toilet paper? My gosh, if there was ever a testament to how quickly this particular country could collapse. People were focused on toilet paper and not canned goods and not meat or not the other things that would get toilet paper. Okay? So it, this is a really good time for you to consider what is important for you. What journey are you on? What pinnacle is awaiting you? And know that you're going to get there because you're going to focus on the thing that you love the most. And your mind is going to win out. It is mind over matter. That's all that it is. This won't, if you don't allow it to be, this will not be the physical great toil of all time. It will be the mental exercise of all time. And Lion as the strength card has shown you that whatever you focus on most, that you love the most, that you'll go on the journey for the most, it will unfold gently and as it's supposed to. Now, lion it's a pretty simple spirit totem and power animal to figure out. It's a solar symbol. It's about majesty. It's about strength. It's about primal power. It's about courage. You know, it's cat energy, so it's a connection to the lunar energies, the nighttime. Um, it's about all of those things. And I love in China where they've got the mated pairs of lions that stand at the entry of every doorway, and they keep out, they keep out anything that's going to harm you, and they just protect you. I love that, right? And it is all about that. So when it comes to lion as a spirit animal, that I've often found that actually it's not all about the rawr thing. It's really about kind of reconnecting with your inner cub and understanding that it you gotta chill out sometimes. You know, you can only be that stalwart. I'm the protector. I'm the this. I'm strong. I'm doing this. Like, okay, take a break. You know, get some catnip. Um, Chase some string around your yard. Do whatever makes you happy and feel playful, and get your family to do it too. Because remember now, when you're talking about lions or any other animal, you're talking about their pride and you're talking about the family unit, and that's always super important. And especially on a Sunday, that's super important. If lion is your totem animal, you are the one that keeps the family, the soul of the family, thriving and moving. You might be the matriarch, you might be the patriarch. Man, the world needs more of you. Those kinds of views are falling by the wayside. In my generation, there were still matriarchs and patriarchs. In today's generation, they're not quite as prevalent here in the States as they used to be. And one day, the younger generation, I know I sound like my mom and my grandma, I know I do, but it's true. One day, the younger generation is going to come back around to that, and they're going to realize just how important that person is. And hopefully, there'll be somebody to step up to the plate to do that. Now, anytime I see somebody struggling with their own sense of personal power, I'm like, lion, lion. That's not always true. That can dovetail into the chakras. What chakras are we talking about? Where are you blown out? How did you lose your personal power? When did you lose your personal power? All that kind of thing. But that's a whole other conversation for healing videos with, shamanic healing videos with spirit totem power animals. But mostly I find that when people feel the need to call on lion, it's because they've got to unite that part of their spirit to reclaim their own personal power. And that's a great thing to do on a Sunday because your personal power can come back into you, and you may jump up from having your Raisin Bran or your Frosted Flakes or your Captain Crunch, and you just might take your spoon and yell, "This is Sparta!" Or there just may be something come over you that is this quiet, sorry y'all, that's my dog snoring. There might be something that's come over you that's like this quiet resolve, and you just know that you know that you know that it's true. You know that you know that you know it's going to happen, and you've got the strength and you've got the stamina, and you are going to invoke that part of yourself that is lion, and you're going to spread your shiny, golden, orangey, beautiful, warm solar rays all over the dang place. Good for you. Good for the rest of the people that get to bask in the warmth of those solar rays. It's a great gift to them. It's a great gift to you. And you're going to do it because remember, in the hero's journey, the strength card is about your first success. And success can be measured a lot of different ways. I would really invite you not to get caught up in the measuring game. A win is a win is a win. Take it and move on. All right, I hope that was helpful for your beautiful Sunday. Pick up your copy of the Archanimal Spirit Totem Power and Oracle deck. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you always see the daily readings at the first of your feed. And for goodness sake, y'all, stay wild.